So I was basically in Spanish jail. I was being held hostage by the Spanish authorities. It's a bit dramatic, but essentially that's what happened. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all good. So today I am back with a brand new, you could say exciting, not really for me, but yeah, exciting, mind-blowing video, which never in a million years I would have ever thought I would be filming, posting on my YouTube channel and just sharing the whole experience. So I'm just going to briefly explain kind of the context of the whole story, and we're going to jump into the videos and everything that I filmed at the airport during my traumatizing experience, where I also will be explaining in a lot of detail everything that happened and why it happened, so you guys understand the whole situation. So for anyone that doesn't know, I am a third year university student at the University of Nottingham, and I study international communications with media studies and Spanish. As I study Spanish, my Spanish side of the course requires me to go to a Spanish speaking country and developing the language skill and have the best experience of your life, essentially. Obviously, our year abroad had to happen during a global pandemic. They just needed to happen during this beautiful time. And obviously COVID made everything so complicated for every single student. I mean, everyone that is in my position knows just the sadness of the whole situation that we're going through, the uncertainty. Basically, my original plan for my year abroad was to spend 6 months in Spain and 6 months in South America. I was actually meant to go to Lima in Peru to do a full semester abroad. Obviously that is cancelled. Like, that is just not happening. So then what I had to compromise was, I'm just going to spend the full year in Spain, and I was quite happy to do that. Obviously it was still going to be a beautiful experience. I managed to find a job in Barcelona in marketing, and I was meant to start back in September. Back in September, the university was basically sending out emails saying that we were not allowed to travel, we were not allowed to go to Spain. Later on in October, they sent another email saying, you know what, if you want to go, go. But once again, we're not taking any responsibility for anything that happened to you. But I was very confused. I didn't know what to do. So I decided to wait to go for the new year. So basically go around December, January, and just wait a little bit, because I was just thinking that it just wasn't worth the risk of everything. So in November, I started to plan everything. So I booked my flight, I booked my accommodation, I sorted out every single document I need to do for me to obviously go to Spain. And I also decided to book my flight before the 1st of January because of Brexit. I just wanted to make sure that there weren't going to be any like travel problems like with our passport. So I booked my flight for the 27th of December. So I said, you know what, I'm going to spend Christmas at home and then go straight from there and start fresh. So that's essentially the context of the whole story. So I think we should just jump right back to hell. Right back to Barcelona, where you will all finally see everything that happened to me and why. I also wanted to say that I'm not promoting traveling at all during this time. I'm not here saying, guys, you know, travel. I'm just here talking about traveling because it is part of my education and it's something that I need to do because it's a compulsory side of my course. So yeah, so I'm just gonna put it out there before any haters come for me. We don't want negative energy. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and let's go back in time. have no words. to describe the way I'm feeling right now. I've been crying a lot and I'm in Spanish jail. This is not a joke. It's not clickbait. This is real life. I really thought I was going to break the system there. Obviously, I was not successful in doing that. So this is where I am. So this is where basically I was stopped. So yeah, this is the passport control where everyone like comes in. I kind of feel numb right now. I don't really have any emotions going on. So obviously I was getting ready for everything, many documents to organise. And then about a week ago, obviously this whole emergency situation happened again. So we entered a new lockdown, everything went to shite again. And people that live in tier 4 actually are not meant to travel abroad unless they are traveling for work or education. So obviously that really reassured me, because I was like, I'm traveling for work, so you know, I've got all proof that I have a job in Barcelona. So I said I'm gonna be fine. Then I found out that I had to do a PCR test, which is essentially a private COVID test. So you don't get tested with NHS, but you get it privately. And then I actually looked up again on the government website just to see if there was any updated information about traveling to Spain, on top of obviously everything else that I had to do that I already knew. And they actually updated the page saying that only passengers which had a Spanish residency were allowed to travel. So I'm there stressing out again. I've got my flight tomorrow, I have to leave. I've done a COVID test. Obviously the COVID test is only valid for 72 hours, and if not, you're gonna have to do another one. So I'm there thinking I'm just spent £150 on a test. On the same webpage of the government, it said that if you were applying for residency in Spain and you had proof, then that was allowed as well. I do have documents stating that I am requesting residency in Spain, so you know what, I've got everything that they're asking for, so that's good. I got to Heathrow Airport really early. Initially, the person doing the check-in actually was a bit hesitant. He was like, I don't think you're allowed to travel because of obviously everything I was just stated now. But then he actually called someone up, which I'm not sure, but I assume it was someone from the security airport. And then after roughly 20 minutes of discussing this, they told me that it was okay for me to travel. So they let me go through, checked in my bags. Then when I got to the gate to board my plane, they stopped me once again, really hesitant to let me travel. They were like, you know, you're not a resident in Spain. But obviously I had all of this other information and proof that I had a job in Spain, stuff that I was going, so they just let me go. So I'm there on the plane, living my best life. I am in the best mood, but then I was also really scared because I was like, I still need to go through passport control in Spain, but surely if I'm on the plane to Barcelona and I land in Barcelona, surely everything's gonna be fine. Why would Heathrow, why would British Airways let me travel if then I wouldn't be let in the country? This is something which is quite serious. They can't just let someone travel for the sake of traveling. I was just convinced about everything. I could see my future right there. I literally had it in front of my eyes. I was stepping out of the plane, stepping out of the airport, getting to that taxi, getting to my room. I was there living for it until I get to the passport control, where they asked me if I was a resident in Spain, and I obviously am not a resident. So once again, I'm there trying to explain everything that I've just explained until now. This is all in Spanish. So they take me to the immigration office. Now I, for a second, felt like I was part of those TV shows that they do at the airport and they're like, and you search into people's bags. I just felt I was some sort of criminal trying to cross a border. Obviously at this point, my emotions were going 100. I didn't know what I was feeling anymore. They take me to this office, ask me more questions, they look at my paperwork, and they essentially come with the conclusion that they are not going to let me in the country. They just told me, you're just going to have to get a flight back home in the morning and go back to England. And literally just bursted out crying in front of these scary policemen. It was very embarrassing. For a moment I thought I was gonna like drop dead to the floor. I needed to breathe some fresh air. I was just going through this awful anxiety panic attack. I've already missed out on nearly 6 months of my year abroad. The thought of going back tomorrow it's just really sad. Not that I have to blame anyone. If this was such a big issue, surely British Airways or Heathrow should have known about it and just not let me board the flight. I'm filming with my laptop because I actually had to give my phone to my best friend, Fernando the policeman, because there's no plugs around here. Just to show you what I'm doing is I'm snacking on some Maltesers, and it actually turned out to be the best thing I've done today because they are the only thing which are making me happy right now, the only thing keeping me from not going hysterical and crying again. So now I'm just going to watch some YouTube, relax and enjoy my time in the Spanish jail. Yes, I know everyone is jealous of me right now. Beautiful scenery, beautiful comfortable chairs. I just thought I would update you on kind of what's happening at the minute. I have to ask for permission every time I need to go to the toilet. That's a bit awkward because I do go quite often and they might think I have a bladder issue. But who cares? Let them think what they want to think. They're keeping me hostage. So I'm actually going to stay here until 5 o'clock in the morning. It's currently 2:15 when they're going to come and get me. We're going to go and get my bags checked in for my flight that leaves at 7:30 in the morning. I must say I was very impressed with my Spanish skills. I have no idea how I managed to communicate with them whilst sobbing and having a mental breakdown. You know what, actually, this should just count as my year abroad experience. What more could you want? I mean, no one else's experience is going to top this one. Let's be realistic. And my best friend Fernando the policeman actually complimented me on my Spanish, so there you have it. So finally my best friend Fernando gave back my phone. I think it's 3:15 now. I'm really struggling to stay awake. You know what, this is God testing me. I was actually speaking to my best friend earlier and she told me that God sends these very difficult tasks to the strongest people. So technically I am honoured. I'm not sure what this lesson is supposed to teach me after this very disgusting year. I think that the least God could have given me was positivity and a wonderful start to the year. But still, I'm honoured that God has sent me this test. Clearly thinks I'm a strong person. So I thought that this airport adventure was going to be a little bit more fun. Not sure why, but I don't know what else I'm going to do. Honestly, this is so painful. Got a bit of deodorant. Since I am looking like someone from The Walking Dead, I don't know what these rashes are around my eyes. I'm very worried. What are these rashes? Hi.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
Bien.
Gracias.
Ya queda poco, ¿vale?
Sí.
Has hablado con
Un poco cansada, pero
en una hora y media o así.
sí.
Venga,
Sí. Y después voy a ir al gate.
vas a acceder ahí a donde quieras.
Ok.
¿Vale?
Gracias.
Y ya luego, en la pantalla.
Sí, sí.
¿Es en la pantalla que está allí?
Sí, sí.
Sí, 12, creo, no estoy seguro.
Sí, sí, sí. Voy a
Y
controlar.
ya, bueno, esto a las 5:30 por ahí, ya si quieres tomar algo, lo que sea, está bien, ¿vale?
Ok, perfecto. Gracias. My best friend Fernando, the policeman, came to see me. Please tell me that those were very good skills. It's a quick update. It's 4 a.m. and My insides are burning, my eyes are burning. I don't know if you can see it, but oh god, I don't feel well. Okay, so it's finally 5 a.m. I can't believe I managed to survive until this time. And the good news is that they've opened the duty free and the whole jazz behind me. So now I'm gonna go upstairs to check in my luggages. Okay, so I'm here at the gate waiting for my plane. It's still gonna be roughly an hour. I hope that I'm never gonna have to film something like this again. It was definitely a traumatic experience mentally and physically. And yeah, wow, that was a story. So now I am back in London. I'll be back a few weeks actually. I just needed to sort everything out, you know, just understand what was happening to me, what I had to do moving forward. And now we are back into a worse situation that we were before. Obviously national lockdown, traveling is very, very difficult at the minute with Spain. They're not allowing obviously UK residents in. I will eventually go. I'm hoping that I'm going to go as soon as I can. So hopefully next time you see a travel vlog, it will actually be a successful one and not a flop like it was last time. So, and yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. What are your opinions about this? And if something similar happened to you, I really, really want to know. I'm really interested. And please don't forget to like, share my video, and please subscribe. It will mean the world to me. And especially if you want to see my next traveling adventures, I really recommend you subscribing so that you don't miss any of my videos. So with that being said, I hope and I wish you all a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.